What is up, YouTube? Dylan Pearson here, and welcome to my video showing you exactly how to use email lists to create Facebook custom audiences and lookalike audiences. Email lists are incredibly powerful when implemented into the Facebook ad platform. I have used email lists personally to run very profitable campaigns. I'll actually go into my real ad accounts and show you some live examples of what they've done for me. Super excited to share this with you guys. If you're new to my channel, I drop very high quality videos like this, a minimum of 2 times per week. So make sure to subscribe with notifications on if you're interested in e-commerce and Facebook ads. Also, if you guys could right now do me the huge favor of just hitting that like button and leaving a comment letting me know if you found this valuable and what you want to see next. The like and the comment really help my channel grow and help people find this content. So I do appreciate it, and we're going to go ahead and jump right into it. So this is how to utilize an email list to create Facebook custom audiences and lookalikes. So the power of email lists with Facebook ads. Email lists contain an audience of highly targeted individuals. Unless you're like out there spamming and misleading people into your email list, which I obviously don't recommend doing, you're going to have a very targeted list of people. The reason people subscribe to email lists are because they're interested in the offer that you presented, they're interested in the content you put out. So if they've done that, you know that they're probably interested in whatever you're selling, specifically related to that niche. So if you import that into Facebook, they will match individuals to their profiles through their emails and their names. Email lists contain an audience of 2,000 will become audiences containing millions, and that's just an example. So if you have an email list of 10,000 or 500, you can convert them 500 people into an audience of millions of people. So it's a great opportunity to essentially take your email list from this big and turn it into this big just with the power of Facebook. So here's a screenshot from my ad account, and I'm actually going to open it up right now. Right here it is one of the ad accounts that I've used subscriber email lists, lookalike audiences, and total. So I do have to preface this. I searched it by the ad set name sub. So there's a lot of ad sets that were excluded from this that I did use subscriber lookalikes, but these are the ones that were easily found. So I just want to use these as an example. So as you can see, I spent around $12,500 and made around $22,000. Some of these, I'm still scaling. So there's just so much opportunity just to take those existing people and use them to generate millions of people that you can sell something to. So it does work. It's usually profitable right from the get-go. So if you have an email list, definitely recommend utilizing it. So I'm going to show you how to set this up. So I'm here in Aweber. This is an email list I have that has about 5,700 people, and all of these people are people that have purchased. So this email list is incredibly powerful. So I'm gonna actually take this and import it into one of my Facebook ad accounts here. So with Aweber, you simply just select them all, and then there's a button down here called Export CSV. You click it, and it will download it right here. So if you're using a different platform like MailChimp or Klaviyo or anything else out there, all you need to do is go to Google and type in how to export email list and then enter the name of your platform. So for my example, it would be how to export email list Aweber, how to export email list MailChimp, etc., etc. So you'll have a CSV file right here. So we're gonna jump back over to Facebook ads right now. Once you come to Facebook ads, you wanna come up to this audiences tab, click on it, and this is what it'll look like if you have never created a lookalike or custom audience. This is a test ad account that I use just for examples like this, so it's clean and fresh and you guys can really see what is happening. So what you're gonna do first is come down here and hit create custom audience. You have a couple options here. What you're going to want to do is create a customer file custom audience. So this one right here, go ahead and click it. And actually, if you use MailChimp, there's a direct integration you can use. So that'll be even easier. You really don't even, I don't think, need to export anything. But most email lists don't include a lifetime value. I'm not sure if Klaviyo does, since you can integrate that directly with Shopify. But for example, my list on Aweber does not have a value associated in terms of like how much someone spent on my site. So for my example, I'm going to use a file that doesn't include lifetime value. I just click it, you accept the terms, Upload file. And I'm actually just going to drag mine in here. Done. Oh, whoops. Name your audience. So this is important. I like to clearly format it. The thing with email lists is as they grow, you will have to manually update them. I don't know if MailChimp has that integration feature built in, but for my example, I like to name them like this: email subscribers, and then I'll put the date. So today is July 5th, 2019. That way, let's say it's July 25th, and I've got 1,000 new subscribers on my email list. I want to update them, but I also want to create a new custom audience so I know that when I create my lookalikes, which audience is the latest version. So select origin. I forgot to do this section, so make sure you select the origin. So let's see, from customers and partners, advertisers collecting information directly from the customers, directly from customers. So mine is directly from customers. Go ahead and hit next. And really the most important thing you have that you need to have is the email. Facebook will match the email to the profile. If you have, so like for example, Aweber doesn't split it up at first and last name in my situation, so it is kind of tough. But if you can add that name, I think MailChimp will do this too. The name is pretty nice too because it can help. If like there's a variance in the emails compared to the subscriber list versus the person's profile, they can match the name and it helps them kind of better figure out, maybe add a couple few that they would have missed otherwise. But for the most part, as long as your email list includes the email and the upload file includes it, you're gonna match 97% of people. That's just a random guess, but that's what I would assume, like 97% accuracy. So upload and create. Don't worry about this. If you can, as I said, map like the first and last name, it will help to improve the match rate, but not by too much. So upload anyways, and I'm gonna let this upload and I'll be right back. Oh, wow, that was really quick. So yeah, so it's gonna populate now and then I'll be right back. Okay, so it's taking a little while to populate, so I'm just gonna show you what to do once it's fully populated. So right now, if yours says audience is populating, just let it complete until it doesn't say populated any longer. You want to wait until it's completely finished to create your lookalikes. That way you have the most data for Facebook to use. But to create your lookalike, it's very, very simple. You simply click on this, the name of the custom audience, come over here to actions, hit create lookalike, and this is where you can do your targeting. So I'll usually break them out exactly how I show you here. So this is how I like to do my email list lookalikes. I break them out in this range. I do number of lookalikes. I set this to 3, 0 to 1%, 1 to 2%, and 2 to 5%. Specifically for the US. I'll show you what I do for different countries here. But the reason I do this is 2.2 million is a good size audience. It's pretty targeted. And then once you get further out in this lookalike, your audience is going to slowly become less similar to the people in your email list. So when we get out here, it's fairly broad, but I want to give Facebook an opportunity to have more people to match in terms of the potential to buy my product. So as we get further away from those niche down, very, very similar people, I just give Facebook an opportunity to have a wider sea of potential buyers to show my ads to. Facebook's smart, and you give them more, they will give you more. So this is kind of how I lay out my lookalikes for my email list. If you have an email list of, let's say, 10,000 people though, you might be better off doing really narrow ones. If you have like a budget to test, you could do something like this. Let's see, split this out here. You could do something like this and test each one of these. It's really up to you, but if you have an email list of, what do I have, around 6,000 or less, I still like to do it exactly like this layout right here. So this is how I do my lookalikes for the United States. You hit create audience, and it's gonna populate these lookalikes with people that are similar to your email list. And these lookalikes are some of those powerful lookalikes you can create on Facebook. If I'm doing it for a different country, I'll create another lookalike. Let's say I'm doing it for Australia. So you're gonna have some smaller audiences. So there's about 170,000 in each percentage range. So this is how I do this. I don't like these small audiences because it's gonna cost more. The CPMs are gonna go way up. So specifically for this, I like to break them out right about here, a minimum of 500,000. And what I'll do is I run these at a lower budget compared. Let's say I'm testing at like $20 a day. I'll test at $20 a day, and let's say both of these are profitable. I don't bump up the ad spend on each ad set. What I do is I stack the audiences. So I'll create a new ad set, and then I'll take this 0 to 3%, add it to the ad set, and then I'll take the 3 to 6% and also add it to that ad set, giving me around 1 million people in that audience. That way the CPMs are gonna be a little bit lower. It's just gonna be a lot cheaper to run ads to them. And you know they're both profitable, so it's easier to add. It's just to scale and kind of manage instead of managing separately and slowly bumping up the budget on these smaller audiences. So this is how I do it. And one cool thing too, so let's say we have Australia and then we have like let's say New Zealand. What you're gonna see is the audience only increased by like 100,000 people. So if you know that New Zealand used to be, like if you've run ads to New Zealand and you've found some profitable audiences, you could actually just create a lookalike with multiple countries like this. So New Zealand's super small, but if you add it to this Australian lookalike, it's gonna bump up your audience a little bit more with still very valuable people. So you can do this. I wouldn't recommend doing something where you like add Brazil, because the thing with Brazil is it's very large, and people in Brazil are completely different from people in Australia, just in terms of like the language spoken. And I know like the lifestyle is a little bit different in each one of these, but you want to focus on like language and purchase behavior. And like New Zealand and Australia, I've matched together before in different audiences, and I found they work really well together. So if you found various countries that work for you, feel free to create them in a single lookalike and just test it like that. It's going to increase your audience size, which is good. Your cost is going to be lower, and you'll probably be able to create more profitable audiences that way. So that is how I go about importing my email list, and how you can do it too. And then also how I take those email lists and I use that data to take an email list of 5,000 and turn it to, I think I just turned it to 12 million people. So the power of importing email lists into Facebook ads is huge. And if you're not doing it, you're missing out on a lot of money. So first thing you need to start doing is collecting emails on your website. You can have like an exit intent email. You could even do like a lead gen campaign. Let's say you have a e-commerce brand in a Shopify store. Maybe instead of directing people straight to a purchase, you direct them to a lead generation page where you have like an email list section or email enter section, and you just get people's emails. So you can build this email list up, and the more data you have, the more money you'll be able to make off of that data. So I hope you guys found this helpful. Let me know if you have any questions in the comment. I answer all questions in the comments. Of course, unless this video blows up and there's just way too many comments to answer. Follow me on Instagram and DM me on there also with any questions. It's probably easier that way. As you guys know, I do make videos per request. So this video is actually a request from one of my subscribers who asked how to import his email list into Facebook. So let me know in the comments what you want to see next, if you have any specific topics you want to see, and I will see you guys then. Thank you so much for watching. Dylan out.